ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to another episode of Teaspoon of Wisdom. My name is Connie OSI.
It's your boy Teaspoon. Uh, so we're making America great again, one person at a time. 365, 366 on leap years. Is it a leap year this year? It's not.
Today, I think this year was a leap year.
It is.
Yeah, it was a leap year this year.
Oh well, it is.
You went to the 28th, I think. 28th, no, 29th.
So 366 on leap years. So yeah, we love you guys. Our small little following, but nonetheless, we will reach. Well, yeah, you're right. We did go into the 28th. That's crazy. Um, yeah, so we love everybody. We pray for you guys. Thankful that God has brought us this far, and we're gonna give more content, and we're gonna keep on doing this stuff and try to reach more people one thing at a time. Out of all those surprises that we said that we had coming, actually, we do have more coming. We're not just sitting here just feeding lies anymore. Well, not lies. I wouldn't say they were lies. I think just life just started lifing, and yeah. So, uh, yeah, I want to go ahead and turn it over to you, Si.
Right. So, today with discussion, man, I hope, like I said, I invited some people. Hopefully, we, hopefully they come on and be on with us tonight as far as being in the comments. Um, man, I wanted to talk about just some events that happened within just the last 2 weeks, man. That equal parts unfortunate and equal parts like who's to blame. And I always point the finger back at home more so than pointed at anything else or whatever. So um, I say this: I'm pointing my finger at society and our culture. So so recently we had two unfortunate events, and it has to do with two young black boys. One's 24, the other one's 16. Uh, the 16-year-old took the life of a young man at a track event, and Charleston White had a lot to say about it. I I did have videos lined up. Unfortunately, I'm doomed to bad computer, so forgive me. Um, I would like to say though, I like to say, man, Charleston White kind of hit it on the head with the Metcalf versus Carmelo Anthony thing. Um, you know, that boy shouldn't have brought a knife to the meet. He shouldn't have stabbed that young man. I don't care if he was bullying or not. He shouldn't have stabbed the man. I, um, it, it doesn't take taking someone's life to get a point across. So we need to get to the point where we're not constantly trying to take each other's lives because we can't get a point across. We have this thing called finishing stuff, and we need to stop trying to finish things in a way where we have no one left. So my heart goes out to the Metcalf family and the Anthony family. I pray that they get to that in time. But the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight was the Karen Lacy. This
Kyron
young
Lacy,
man, yeah, Kyron Lacy, yeah. This young man, wide receiver for LSU, he went viral earlier. Well,
that was
I
last
guess,
season.
huh?
I think that was last season. He went viral.
Yeah, he went viral last season because he did the gun thing and everything
Yeah.
else, um, and the gun thing led to another thing, led to another thing. So it started with the gun thing, and then it went from the gun thing to being, he got into a pretty much a hit and run. Someone hit him. Oh no, he hit a veteran. which caused the veteran to lose his life. He fled from the scene, only to turn himself back in later on that night or that day. And well, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. When I heard that, I'm like, well, he turned himself in. Maybe he can, maybe they can talk this one out. But I don't want. They didn't want to talk it out. He took the guy's life, so he was looking at some heavy jail time if he got convicted. I'm pretty sure they would have found a way out for him with the the justice system, and especially with especially with him being a football player, they probably would have found a way out. Um, but that wasn't the kicker, man. He does this pro day and all that other stuff, but there are a lot of people online who are like, yo, hey man, you cooked and you done. You cooked and you done. And I'm pretty sure you heard about what happened on Sunday. He he got into a car crash because he was getting chased by the police and he had a gun on him in Houston. And when they got to the crash car, they pulled his body and he was unalived at the scene. So, man, I've been listening to everybody voice their opinions on it, and everybody's like, man, dang, dog, I wish if I was just there. Like other athletes talking, I wish I was just there, and other like, other like, the rappers and all the other stuff talking about, man, what I'm saying, man, you gotta, what I'm saying, y'all gotta look out for these boys, man, because mental health is real. Even his father talked about mental health. And me, I don't believe it's mental health. I don't believe it's mental health. I believe we are at the mercy of a system that is destroying us bit by bit. We are at the mercy of that system. Um, this young man was exposed to hip hop. This young man was exposed to black culture, and his culture. It was more so like, hey, we hood, we're gonna do hood stuff. The hood's still in me. Like I get it. The hood's still in me too. But like, I mean, we have to move smart. We can't move the same way we moved when we were younger, or we can't dream or be like these guys who we knew they were actors. We knew a lot of these guys are actors, and now because they see they see the guys doing whatever they want to with the money that they got. Like, I want to do whatever I want to with the money I got. This guy was swerving through traffic and all that other stuff, doing whatever the heck he wanted to do, only for him to get into that car crash and hit and kill that man. He listened, and I hate it because I hate using it. I was Boss Man D-Lo. Boss Man D-Lo is the perfect example. Swerving in the lane, like I don't love my life. And I've seen people get crazy crunk on that part, talking about like, I'm gonna crash this car. Like I don't love my life. Like you didn't like the life. You didn't love the life of the man that you took. So I say this to say this, man, guys. We need to stop. We need to stop because there's too many. One, there's too many young men dying behind the words that y'all talk about, man. And there's too many. Because the thing is, we're quick to blame it on everything else and talk about, oh, it's our surroundings, but sometimes it's just on you. I know too many people that had the same surroundings, man. You're looking at two black men right here that had the same surroundings, only for us to still go to college, only for us to still, be productive citizens of the community. You know what I mean? I need y'all to think, and I need y'all to think about what you're seeing. Spoon, you got anything?
Yeah, bro. It's a very tragic situation. That's one. Like you said, unfortunately, two people did lose their life, and you know, in understanding, I guess the older that I get, um, experiencing death and experiencing people some people live out their time, and some people, we're losing people that that seem so young and youthful and you know just energetic, and we started to see that, and death comes for us all. um, and I guess from my experience in the last probably 5 6 months of my life, understanding that it it doesn't matter who you are. And it's unfortunate that Kyron Lacy, it seems like from the outside looking in, even with the whole hit and run case, possibly it could be a way that he could have served time, or just did whatever that he needed to do to kind of uh, not say get off the charge, or just to uh, pay his penalty to society. But we do know that that he was struggling, internally. And I think it's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation. There's no way to kind of to put it into words to to comfort his family and friends, and even the stuff that I've seen, like with guys online, like Brian Thomas and Jay Daniels, and all those guys, like Malik Neighbors, like, they were close with this guy, obviously. And so
Mhm.
he leaves behind friends and family, and it's unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate, bro, because like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, like um you got to realize that life is really short. It's really short, and I, I can't put it into words, bro, because it just seems so to unalive yourself, um, and to for police to find him in the car, just it's just an unfortunate situation all the way around, bro. It's like and I hate speaking about subjects like this because I've experienced, with friends and whatever. You just don't know what people are going through internally. And I just pray for his family, his friends, really for God just to kind of cover them and just grant them peace in this time, even though it's unfortunate, but that's a part of life, and that's really the hard part, and to kind of internalize it, and then to on the back end to become to be as productive as you can. And I think Charleston oftentimes hits it on the head, because naturally people, um, we get upset, or we get afraid of what we don't know. But I think that we've been indoctrinated with you know the wrong things for so long. Now that we start to see, like, all right, well, this is a problem. Driving like a madman, like hitting them kids, bro. Like, bro, you do not need no Hellcat. You do not need no Scat Pack. Like, bro, just get a car. Just get a regular like car, because like you see so many of these tragedies happen from driving crazy, ridiculous. Like even the quarterback from LSU, he got into a car accident not too long ago, doing some of the same stuff, reckless driving. Um, I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm just just touching the surface, but at this point, man, like it just sucks, bro. It just sucks, regardless of his talent of you know playing wide receiver for LSU, but at the end of the day, he's still a person, and that person still has a soul, and that person has to go somewhere after this, whole thing is like wrapped up on, here on the earth. And I think that's something that I I kind of look at, and to and having that previous experience, and automatically you think about one spiritual life, and it becomes really, that's the focal point of because this is just a checkpoint, really transient. We're passing through. So on the back end, go somewhere.
I can say this, man, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next one because it's hard to. Cause I want to blame myself. I do. I want to blame myself. I I want to blame my teammates. I want to blame people that I played ball with. I want to blame us all because that man, he 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 looked up to guys like us who thought it was cool to be the thug in the group.
It's not, bro. It's
Everybody,
not. It's not.
it's not.
It's
You know what
not,
I'm saying?
man.
And I love my trench babies. Trust me, I do. I trust me. I love my trench babies. I just man, I just want us to not. I don't want us to carry that with us for the rest of our lives.
Bro, it's
That's
toxic. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this just came to my mind, right, bro? It's so toxic because a lot of the times that's the only way people know how to live, and to not live life abundantly, but to live life in like reactionary and fear, and to keep perpetuating those same type of actions, those same type of that same type of ideology, and that's how we get into the position of where we're at now. See, with Carmelo Anthony, unfortunately, and they kind of go back on that story a little bit, like, yeah, the guy may have been bullied or whatever, but does that mean you go and unalive the person and allegedly stab them x amount of time? I don't know, bro. Like, that's no reason to sit here and try to justify the heinous act that possibly that allegedly took place. So I think that I think going back to understanding how valuable life is in what both cases, three people in both of those cases lost their life. So
I mean, and it's uncalled for. That's the thing. It's uncalled for.
it is.
You know, it's I wanna you know send our thoughts and prayers to the Marine that lost his life as well. Um, 'Cause no one talked about him enough for me.
I
No one
agree.
talked about him enough. Um, man, until I mean, look, I pray that Lacy had a relationship with Christ. I pray that he did. Um, uh, I'll tell you, like I tell everybody else, like, bro, I can't, I can't, sit here and say, hey, you know what, you know, man, mental health. I can't scream out mental health. That's a man that didn't want to face his consequences.
Yep.
We need to be
Herman
honest
Hall
about
is
that.
his name. I'm sorry. Herman Hall is the Marine's name.
Herman Hall, man. Hey, Herman Hall's family, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, we're thinking about you right here on Wisdom. Um, yeah, man. Uh, yeah. So, uh, make sure you like if you see it later on in the comments, we'll talk about it. Uh, yeah, man. Uh, this is like I said, this is Teaspoon of Wisdom. Of course, my name is Connie Westside, and I got my boy Teaspoon here, man. Teaspoon, man, you had some stuff on the docket, man. Apparently, apparently, uh, the Chinese is out here exposing brothers, exposing stuff because of the tariffs. But not only that, man, there's some other things that's been on your mind, man, harping on your heart, bro. Talk to me about it, man. Let's see what's up.
All right, so me, I always tell everybody, save your money, right? So let's just get to this first, right? Save your cheese. Save your cheese. You're gonna need every single dollar or whatnot that you can get your hands on and keep. Um, in the next probably say 4 to 6 months. Just to kind of be just to short in the short term, right? Um, I would say right now cash is king. well, let me not say that. Let me rephrase that. Cash is a tool, that we're going to need. Oh, I blacked out for a second. Wi-Fi sucks.
Okay.
All right, but yeah. So right now, I think that with the whole China and United States war, it's gonna get ugly for a minute. It's gonna get ugly. This is gonna get to the point you know uh, to where it's gonna be very hard to stomach at times because of prices of goods they will go up. Stuff that we get
Bro,
normally
if a
get from,
McChicken go up again, dog, I'm fading someone, dog. Real talk.
bruh,
The
bruh.
McChicken's already at $3, dog. If I have to pay $5 for a McChicken, I'm fading somebody.
Bro, you still eating McDonald's, bro. That's
It's not that I'm still eating McDonald's. It's just like, bro, like it's not like how you have to have that cheap option, bro. There's no cheap option no more, dog.
I agree because yesterday's price is not today's price, as we know. We for sure know this, you know. But I think it's very, I think the way China is progressing, man, like China has been ripping off the United States forever, just like some just really nasty and dirty stuff. So kind of give people a background, background on this. I may have spoke about this before. He said McChickens are fire though. It should be $1.
It should be $1. Thanks, bro. Like for real, like
Right.
come on.
It should. You a
It's
sicko.
$1, dog. That's all we need.
Talking about
All we need is $1, dog. That's all we
facts.
need.
Facts. We used to hit that McDonald's all the time in high school. But that's
Like,
another story.
do you remember when you could just go after school and you got $3 in your pocket and those $3 is gonna just be like
You gonna make them
yeah,
$3 stretch.
bro, come on, bro, those
Bro,
$3
you need
stretch.
$3.21. You can get you a McDouble, and that came with the or a McChicken or whatever them joints was. Get you a fry, get you a drink or whatnot. 3.21 on the head, bro. Trust me, I used to
Bro.
do it
And I used
religiously.
to find 21 cents outside.
Yeah, you can find that just
But, hey, let me get that 21 cent real quick, blood. Hey, all right.
Trying to tell you for real, get a whole meal for three cash, $3, $3.21
Bro,
with tax here in Jacksonville, Florida.
bro.
On the McDonald's on Main Street by going to First Coast. Bro,
Uh,
right. My dog Reball, we used to hit Mactown. That's what we used to call it, Mactown.
uh,
On lunch break, almost every other day, and that place used to be packed full of people, full of high school students.
bro. What we had, so Seabreeze, we had the one by the beach, so it was right behind our school. So we knew, shoot, as soon as they say lunchtime, bro, we go to the gate, go to McDonald's. We catch a fight. After we catch that fight, we go to McDonald's. We catch another fight. Then we go back to school. Dog, I swear, dog, back in the day, bro, I tell people, like, if you only knew how ratchet Ormond Beach was back in the day, bro, it was a ratchet place, dog. So, yeah. But, yes, let's get back to
All
talking.
right, back to my spiel on China. So, all right. So, regardless, outside of the McChickens or in the so-called dollar menu or whatever, China is gotten to the point to where they are relying on us being consumers of their products. So back in I think 2000 2001, they joined the World Trade Organization. And I know I may have covered this in my last discussion with a comrade Nick, but
Hey, shout out, Nick.
China joined the World Trade Organization, and essentially we exported all of our jobs or whatnot because common sense will tell you as somebody who owns a business, if I want to go get the cheapest labor or whatnot, I'm gonna go overseas because in America we have labor laws here, and there's no way that you can sit here and pay somebody 20 cents on the dollar, essentially wages, and 20 cents a day, and then people are going and unaliving themselves because work conditions are so poor or whatever. But and China has a lot more people than the United States. China has almost what, a billion some people or whatever it is, some outrageous. So 1 billion people compared to 300, 300 something million over here.
Yeah.
So their workforce is a lot more vast than ours. So they can produce a lot quicker than, here in America can, based on those two standards. So now that we understand now, and what's so great that we have a president who's actually going to bat for us, President Trump, and essentially he's going and saying, hey, no, we sold out America too much, and this is going to lead to the next point, the next topic. We
Mm-hmm.
sold out America so much, we have to come back and get our jobs back from China.
Mm-hmm.
So in turn, and this was the point of the tariffs. I tell people all the time, fair trade. In China, you cannot go over there. If you want to go over there and open up a business or sell a car in China, you can go sell the car, but in turn, they're going to steal your IP, your intellectual property. The intellectual
Mm-hmm.
property is going to, let's say, the cell phone, right? This iPhone. You
Right.
take the intellectual property of an iPhone, you bust it down, and you can start, flipping and start selling iPhones, all on Temu or whatever. That's where you get all those cheap products from, or Sheen, or just whatever Chinese manufacturer they go. That's how they go, and you have no rights in their court. In America, it's not like that. You can't just go and steal somebody's property. So that's what makes it such a dirty game, because all President Trump is asking for is fair trade between both parties. So if you tariff me, 80 some percent or whatever, I'm going to tariff you back. I'm not going to give you access to our courts or access
Right.
to anything over here, because what we're doing over there, what our products are, essentially doing, they're not, we're not gaining anything from it. And the United States isn't, something to be trifled with at this point. Yeah, I'm glad that we have a president that's willing to stand up
Like
for everybody.
imagine that, dog. Like we go out there and we can't we can't do business like Chinese
Bro,
people
you
do
can't even get
business
on
over
the
here.
internet, bro. You can't even get on Facebook or Instagram over there, bro.
Right. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, man, we don't want to expose to American values, so we got to do it like
Bro,
this way.
I kid
Like
you
you
not,
got,
bro.
bro. That's why I'm so upset with when people be talking when islanders be talking about us
Hmm.
Americans. Dog, bro, Jamaicans piss me off so much, man, because they gave almost 95% of whatever they got going on is owned by China right now.
Yep.
Jamaica's not even Jamaica no more, dog. You know what I mean? Like it's not even Jamaica.
It's a Chinese. It's a Chinese.
China.
Yeah, it's a Chinese. It's a Chinese stronghold now. Like
There's a
we
big Chinese
have to
store
understand,
here.
bro. You gotta understand, bro. Like nowhere on the face of the planet has communism or socialism ever worked. You can't. That's why I ask people all the time. If you're savvy enough, government, on the geopolitical stage or whatever, on the world stage, you cannot tell me where in any type of lifetime where
Mhm.
socialism or communism has worked. They're cousins of each other. Marxism, all that stuff, is all
They
tricks
all
of
they,
the devil.
they all related.
It's all
They all
it's all the same stuff, bro. It's all you got to give. You got to give your money, or and you got to pour it into the government, and essentially the government is controlling every facet of your life, and the government is
right.
telling you what you can and can't do every single step of the way. Thankfully, again, President Trump is stepping in and saying, "No, I'm in the middle, and that we're not going to allow this to go there," because the Western world is the last. Well, United States, because you're seeing the UK essentially starting to fall now, and they're becoming more and
Yeah.
more socialist, and type of socialist policies. The United States is the last beacon of hope, into for us to understand that this is where we stand at. This is where we're drawing the line at, and we
You
want
know what's
we want
crazy,
fairness.
Spoon? You know what's crazy, Spoon? We
Yeah.
are we are children of people who literally sold their soul to the government. We were the children that were children. The thing is, no. Let me stop. My father's generation was the generation that that had to integrate and learn and all that other stuff. The generation before that was the generation who decided, hey, let's marry the government. They wanted to
So
marry
that
the
was when
government.
was your dad born?
Huh?
When was your
That's baby boomers. They wanted to marry the government. The boomers wanted to marry the government, and I'm just talking black right now. Let's just talk black right now. The black
Mhm.
people they wanted to be social justice warriors. They wanted what do you mean call social justice warriors? They wanted to be civil rights leaders. They wanted
Mhm.
to have a voice. They wanted to move, in such a way where they are, they are the most talked about. You know what I'm saying? And and I try to explain this to a lot of folks, like, bro, we are so tied into Marxism in the black community that if you see if the whole world, not the whole world, but if the whole United States was like the black community, we would be done for.
Shambles.
We will
Shambles.
be in shambles, dog. Because here's the thing: we we said, hey, we don't want like literally, they wanted to not work their family businesses because they didn't want to work. That
Bro,
generation was so lazy; they did not want to work.
we
And
think that
then
the
what they
government
wound up
owes something
doing
to the
is
black.
they sold their parents' stuff, like you were saying, like you were telling me earlier. They sold their parents' stuff. And then now that they sold their parents' stuff, now we're sitting here like, yo, you sold your mama's stuff? You sold your daddy's stuff? You know what I mean? Like this, like he was the only black dentist around here, and you sold his dentistry. You didn't want to go to school to become a dentist. You didn't want to do all that. You didn't want to learn this trade. You didn't want to be the carpenter. You didn't want to be the banker, the seamstress. You did not want to be because you thought that you wanted to be in this great vast world. I'm trying to tell you, if you worked hard enough, you would have traveled. You would have done more stuff. The thing is, you decided that you want to do it your way. Your way was, I'm going to complain about white people, and I want to make sure white people hear it because it's white people's fault that I'm in this situation when it wasn't. We figured it out literally from the 1920s to the early 1960s. We had it. We were good.
Yep.
When doggone civil rights came in, we dropped the bucket. We wanted to do like we really wanted to become activists. We didn't want to be we didn't want to hold down cities, man. And
Bro,
I try to explain this to a lot of people. They don't want to listen.
bro, I will say this first off, and this may seem crazy, but I don't. I'm just throwing it out here. I think forced integration is an issue. I think forcing people
Thank
to
you.
naturally to integrate and to force them, knowing that tensions are already high, you're setting,
Yes.
black and white people up for a ticking time bomb that possibly America was not ready for. I think, and this is kind of going back off of really what my dad, I had these conversations with my father, God rest his soul. But I think that when me and my dad were talking, I asked him verbatimly, Dad, what was it like, during the civil rights time, and kind of what did y'all want? Because my dad went to FAMU from what was that, 59 to 1964. So he
Hmm.
was there during like Tallahassee bus boycotts, like all that stuff, man. Like, but um some of that history, is, I think some of it possibly may have been needed to understand, like, hey, we're not to be trifled with. But I think a lot of it was, we were thinking the ice was colder for the white from the white man. But
And it's not
what my
colder.
right. So
It's
back to
not
what my
colder.
it's not, bro. But back to what my dad was saying, my dad just wanted to be, treated equal under the law,
Hmm.
and I think that, for example, probably back in the day, let's say you're in, 10th, 11th grade, but you're reading from a 7th grade textbook. Like, that's not cool. Black students deserve the same type of treatment. White students get, Hispanic, Latino. If you're here as a United States citizen, get the fair, same, equal treatment across the board. But I think that was something that they got confused because we were under a lot of the leaders led us to a burning house. Kind of back to what MLK talks about in some of his letters before he ended up being unalived. So
Fresh.
uh, that's a completely different story. But my biggest problem with boomers, they allowed this stuff to go on for so long, man. You see where feminism is leading us. Feminism has
Oh,
led us to a really a dark path to where now, for millennials, women, are still out of control, being that they were
uh,
taught by, city girl moms, and then the previous generation, like, bro, like, you know, you could see the divide, between men and women, and start to see it statistically. From a statistical standpoint, men are naturally more conservative than women. Especially you start to see that with black men now in the last presidential election, being that record-breaking numbers. Black men were voting for Donald Trump, and a lot of people are, waking up and saying, "Hey, no, even though Trump isn't perfect, I'm not saying that he is, because people are going to get up in arms. Oh, you saying Trump is overlord or whatever? No, by no means. I'm not. I'm saying that, but Trump was a far better candidate than Kamala, and using logic
Kamala
and
would have
thinking.
had us too, boy. Kamala would have
Bro,
had us in the ground,
God,
dog.
just imagine Kamala negotiating with Xi. No, it's not
Boy,
happening. No, she's gonna be the
she
unheard
would have been sitting there laughing. Wait, no,
drunk.
start your giggles, nigga. Wait,
Right. But thank God for President Trump, man.
right,
But bro, like, so
finish your point, bro. I got something for you.
but we started to see, like, with women, they shipped all our jobs off to China or other countries. And the boomers
Mhm.
allowed it. Now, even now, like, you know, people will say, "Hey, pick yourself by our own bootstraps," or for young people in America. But took the trades out of the high schools, and they started to ship them over to colleges or whatever. So now, and then in turn, we had no other choice but to go to college or the military, or really, hopefully, you're an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only so many avenues, that we could, millennials could actually start going to, because boomers really led us down a path. And it's a book
Structure.
that I was reading. Give me a second. It
Well,
is
while you
called.
look that book up, I got a point that I need to make. I need to so the rest of let me talk to y'all boomers real quick. What that book said, huh?
Sociopath, generation of sociopaths.
Oh yeah.
How baby
I'm gonna
boomers
read that book.
betrayed America.
I'm gonna read that book. But let me look at y'all real quick, man. I need to get y'all attention real quick. Y'all tick me off, dog. Let me tell you something, man. Talk to you
And not
straight.
including all the YNs.
And this is including all the YNs out there too. You feel me? Anyway, nah, man. I need y'all to understand something, man. We are so. Do you understand when we talk about these things? We're not talking about these things just to have a talking point. We're not doing this because we want to have a podcast. Okay, no, me and Spoon will be talking about this thing because it affects us. It affects our families. You know what I mean? What is going on is literally destroying what we could have planned for futures. But the thing is, we don't want to acknowledge the errors of the past. We do not want to acknowledge it. We do not believe in the errors of the past apparently because we got the rose colored story, we got the rose glass story, and we just see into the rose glass land like everything was peaches and cream, and they were really hard fighting leaders, and they were all this, and these were people that did half these people didn't believe in Jesus Christ, man.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King didn't believe in Jesus, dog, and we called him Reverend. Reverend of what? Crack and cocaine? Womanizing? dude, and this not even it's not even it's not a we want to blast Dr. King part. I don't even want to call him Dr. King. I don't even believe he's a doctor, to be honest with you. But I want to say this. Me and Spoon saw something earlier, and it was a video talking about the hierarchies in the Black respect, amongst how we respect everybody. See, there's the older women, moms, and just Black moms are always at the top.
Big
Then
Mama.
it just, Big
Yeah.
Mama, all at the top. And then after that is girls, women, Black women, Black girls. They gotta have that's their hierarchy. Then there's just women, period. You know what I mean? And then there is older Black men. Actually, I don't even want to say dog. I don't even say. I think it was sassy Black men. I don't know. I feel like it's sassy Black men.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Because
sassy Black men, and then turn around. Then at the bottom are Black men that are conservative and want the best for the family. You know what I'm saying? Black boys who want to be heard because they got a bit of a leadership bone in their body. Like there's times where I look at my nephew and I say to I think about him a lot. My nephew, my nephew is everything to me. He is everything to me. Just like my niece and just like my daughter. Like they're everything to me. And I don't like how he is talked to sometimes. I don't like how he is, you know what I'm saying? I don't like how his brain's getting developed from time to time. Like he's a really smart kid, sweet individual, got two loving parents, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just think about him and I'm like, man, I need y'all to bring that dog out of him. He doesn't have a dog. And that dog don't necessarily have to be a football player. Honestly, I'm starting to believe it doesn't have necessarily have to be a football player, but he has to be adventurous.
You speaking
He
about
has to
that
be
backbone,
comfortable wanting to be a boy.
mm-hmm. That masculine energy that naturally
Yeah,
that boys
yeah,
and
and
men have
you
in
know what I'm
them.
saying? And I'm talking to his father. I'm like, I'm like, Dad, you cannot be scared of that.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be scared of your son if he gets masculine. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be jumping on you all the time. He needs to be punching you in your chest. You need to be, not chastising him, but challenging him in ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love what my little brother does with him because when he gets in trouble with my little brother tweaks so he's like, yo, do some push-ups. Hey, do some push-ups, man. Wall sits. Like tough that he gets that aggression out of him. My brother knows how to pull it out of him. You know what I'm saying? His mom challenges him in more of the mental sense, like, I need you to think, son. You know what I mean? But there's still an element there when I look at him, I'm like, man, get around some boys.
Yep.
Get around some boys. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Challenge him in that way too. Because like I want him to be respected. You know what I'm saying? If I had a son, I don't want my son to just be a boy in the background. I want him to be respected.
Yep.
Like I want to be respected. You know what I'm saying? Like when I love how when my brother steps in the house, because I'm living with my brother right now. When my brother steps in the house, I love how he steps in the house because steps in the house, he has a presence of I demand respect.
Yep.
So he has valor about him that I love.
That's his castle.
Yeah.
That's his sanctuary.
Yeah,
Temple.
he has this valor about him. But like there's times where I'm like, yo, Phil, I need you to have that on all the time. You know what I'm saying? Have that on all the time. Don't take that off, man. Have that on all the time. You know what I'm saying? My brother come in here, he steps with his chest up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I just did something today. Don't say nothing to me. You know what I mean? I love how he comes in the house. But And, even my dad now, my dad looks at me and you know what I'm saying, like he demands my respect and he gets it because he has that man of valor on him now. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that I can do that with my daughter, so she know what type of man to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want her to say, "Hey, I gotta run the house." Baby, you don't have to run the house. You just gotta hold the. What the old girl said? You gotta hold the umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Old girl today said, she said that you're not, women. Let's be honest, women, y'all not built for rain.
Bro, pressure is made for
Y'all not
shoulders,
built,
not hips.
right. Y'all not built for rain, man. Y'all can't let water slide off. You don't. Because I believe that y'all made the sugar. I believe all y'all made the sugar, and I believe that the reason why y'all so sweet is because y'all can melt in the rain.
Yep.
And the rain can mess you up a little bit, and it takes away your form. But when you have an umbrella, hold the umbrella up. That's your job, and only God made y'all to hold that umbrella. No one else. An umbrella can't hold another umbrella. Y'all can. You know what I mean? So this is my encouraging words to y'all, man. Like, I need y'all, and this is just black. Let's black men, black women. We got to learn our roles, man. And our roles are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you
Yeah.
look at First Peter 3, man, First Peter 3 talks about these roles, man. And when we look at First Peter 3, you don't look at it as, oh, women be quiet and everything, and women be peaceful. No, look at it as what it is. Woman, you are the conduct, and you are what reflects of what the man brings you. Have that reflection. Have that reflection. If you know how to choose a partner, choose a partner. I hate that word partner. Choose a husband
Thank you.
that will. You know what I mean? Choose a husband that will. You know what I'm saying? Reflect that of you. That you can say, look, my husband's this way. You know how I know? Because how I'm acting right now. And people be like, damn, man, man, I wonder what her husband like at home. You can do it. You can do it, women. Men, I challenge y'all right now. Don't be what we think is, you know what I'm saying, manly. We're not gangsters, dog.
The Pookie and the Ray Rays, that bro, that's a facade. That's a illusion, bro.
What? That's a
I
facade.
because
Where
most
where
of
you learn that?
bro, most of these kids, most of these YNs, man, really not built like that. Did you see the kid that was got convicted of murder or whatnot, and he passed off? He got, I think, like 35 years or whatever. And he started crying into his mama in the
Oh, yeah,
interrogation room.
he started crying into his mama.
Start crying, bro.
Because you're a
So you weren't
child.
thinking, right? You weren't thinking
You
about that, when you went out there and did what you did. Don't cry now. Don't cry now. This is real life. This is real life. And I thank God,
that
bro. He put
baby
me
is
in
gonna
the
be in
room.
there with a bunch of grown men.
Yeah, bro.
That
And
baby's
he
gonna
gonna
be
be
there with a
probably,
bunch of grown men. Do you not know?
he ain't getting out to like what, 40, 50 years old? Well, I don't know the math on it, but that's a long time, 30 something years, bro.
Man,
Bro, that's 35 years. That's longer than I've been alive. Bro, that's a
hey
long time,
man,
bro.
that's my whole lifetime, bro.
Bro, like, for what? Or for what? Just because you got temporary beef with somebody?
Bro,
Ain't that,
and the beef ain't even for real though, dog. Like,
it ain't,
yo,
bro.
you wore the same shoes I'm wearing.
It,
Yo,
it,
I don't like you because you on that side of town. I don't know
it's
you, but I don't like you though.
it's stuff that's minuscule, man. It's stuff that like people do really just don't understand how precious life is. And once it's over, it's over. Ain't, bro. I wish I can bring my daddy back just for one talk, bro. One talk. But once I realized and I saw my daddy being lowered into the ground, bro, that's when it really hit me that I'll never speak to him. I'll never talk to him again. And he lived a long life. And my dad was 8+ years old.
Your
And
dad also was a track athlete, so you know he was just running all the time.
yeah,
So he had a good heart. I can tell
right,
you
bro.
that.
And so like you know, and this is what and this is the beauty of the good that I don't say the good that comes in death, but the stories that I heard so much somebody speak about him, speak about stories that I never heard before, because I've only known my dad as an older man. I never met my
Mm,
dad as a younger man. So
mm,
he had 50 years on me or whatnot. And then I'm experiencing stuff, and I'm not living with him all the time either. And so, it points a time that, that I may have, stopped through or whatever when I got older. But for the
mm.
most part, I'm living with my mom. So I'm getting all feminine perspective. And we have to understand, to kind of get back to the original point, that children need both mom and dad roles, two people, you know, to come together for that child and raise that child in a manner to where it is, one, raise that child up to fear God, two, to raise that child up and go out here and be in the world, and to be a productive citizen, not some, some of this YN that's just going around shooting up everything and doing all types of crazy stuff. Like, nah, bro, that's just not how life is, man. We have to understand that, and once a lot of our young men understand that, when we're talking about that's ones that's still in the hood, like, bro, Jacksonville, it was two 17-year-old boys or whatnot unalive the 7-year-old boy. 7-year-old boy. What
Like
I
you didn't
didn't
have
I don't
a chance, man.
like, bro. Like I don't understand. I don't understand any logic or whatnot to go up and shoot up somebody's house or whatever, and they have children in there. And I blame some of the mom too, because she kept allegedly kept a gangbanger, nearby or whatever, and they end up killing the baby. 7 years old. Seven. It is
Wow.
no excuse for that, bro. None.
You know what I mean?
And you
Like what?
start to see how wicked this stuff get, bro. You start to see how wicked it is. And once you start to peel back that layer of all that black culture and what it really is, it's really not good as a whole. It's really not good. And I hate to say that. And every culture, every race has problems. I'm not. I just don't want to single out black people, but as growing up in a black, in a black community, I grew up in a broken home. I grew up in, probably like lower middle class. So I'm growing up in apartment complexes that, now that I go back and I look on them and I see where I lived at, like this isn't normal,
It's
and
not.
thank God that God protected me and my mom protected me. And when my dad was there, or when he was for sure around, he would tell me what to do and what not to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I was, somewhat insulated to a point to where, and I was scared of my parents. I was scared of my mom because I knew if I came home and my mama and I did something I got into and I got it and I knowingly got into it, I know I was getting tore up. And this is before
Mm-hmm.
my mama got saved. And y'all ain't seen the real the old Rosalie, because that old Rosalie,
Hey,
but she was on fire.
hey, man.
But
The,
I but
the,
but
the
I
old
can't blame her
school
when
Rose
she got two
Lee, we
young
need to give her
boys.
a shout out.
She had two young boys or whatnot that were and my sister as well. But and this is why I say it takes two, because my mama could only teach me so much about being a man.
Mhm.
And you know and now life experience is teaching me, life experience, staying away from stuff, and keeping those things that my mom taught me and my dad taught me, at an early age, keeping those things close. And so, don't go out here and start lying to people. Keep your face card clean with people. Respect. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just spitballing, throwing stuff out there. Certain stuff that you want to do. You want to treat people how they treat you. So I always want to treat everybody with respect, no matter if it was the highest person on the totem pole or the lowest person. open door, try to be of service to people. Try to, just treat people kindly because I don't want that type of smoke back my way. So I tell people all the time, man, like, a lot of stuff that's going on in Black culture, it really comes back down to, really back down to the internal family and how that's been broken down. But that's a completely different story.
Yeah. Well, guys, this is Teaspoon Wisdom, man. Again, I'm Connie Westside. This is the homie Teaspoon. Man, so I got some quick hitters tonight. I want to make everybody laugh tonight. So I know we are always serious because we are a serious podcast. But there's times where we go throughout our day and we like to talk about what's going on and what we have seen. And something I've noticed about Jacksonville. So
Hey,
I've been here.
If you're gonna start talking trash, Dolphins fan, you can go ahead
Hey,
and exit stage
no,
left.
no slander here. No slander here. No slander here.
All right,
Even
now,
though
y'all,
Dolphins over everybody. But anyway, no, man. One thing I've learned about Jacksonville is a cuisine city. I'm in the middle of fasting right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that we get to Good Friday with an empty stomach. But anyway, I totally broke that tonight. Forgive me, Lord. No, man, but here's what I'm learning about Jacksonville. So Jacksonville has some of the best cuisine that I've ever tasted here. I haven't had a really like living in Tallahassee or Daytona or just like in like rural areas. You get your little, you get your little hole in the walls. Yes, Orleans was our hole in the wall. Everybody talked about it. Even the president came through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, it doesn't get better than this. Until I moved here, and boy, oh boy, I need to do like a top 10 with these
bro, where did
foods
you
here.
go? Where did you
Huh?
go? Where did you go?
So I went to this place called King Pita on the west side.
Bro, I probably heard that joint before.
Dog,
I think I
King
did.
Pita got some good burgers.
Bro, have you ever ate at the Sheik?
Huh?
Have you ever ate at the Sheik?
The Sheik is next.
All right.
So Sheik is
Uh,
next. And
bro,
then
I'm sorry. Go
huh?
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And
Go
then
ahead.
there's another place that's here on Bay Meadows called Barn Burger. And they had
Oh,
the
that
most
joint's fire.
juiciest burger. Huh?
That joint is fire. Yeah, that joint's fire.
That joint is fire. Bro, like I've literally went through and I've seen some places where I'm just like, yo. And the thing is, I haven't even touched the surface of the food here yet. We still have to go to Potter's house. Hey, shout out to sis, man.
Yeah, Sheik. Hey,
Yeah,
but
man.
no cap. Potter's house, fire food, a little bit pricey or whatnot. Don't go to the
Yeah.
church. Don't go to the
Oh
church.
man. And then I went to this one place called this like Shelby Soul Food or something. Like Soul Food Shack or something. Bruh, braised oxtails. The braised oxtails are
Bro,
amazing.
I ain't never been to before, bro. You get
Bro,
holes in
I'm trying to find these spots, dog. And I said to myself, I told you already, Spoon, we got to do like a food series real quick so people could be up on what's going on where we at. You know, look,
I'm with.
and then I found some ramen places that I'm fooling with. Man, shout out to Hanger Bay, shout out to Nozaku. Oh, bro, there is so look, the spots here are amazing, and and I'm not. And here's the thing, I'm not even the Spanish. I don't like Mexican food like that too much, but there's some Mexican food places here that blew my mind. Hot pots that I never knew. Spoon, what's funny? Spoon kept saying Conrad, move here to Jacksonville. Move here to Jacksonville. As soon as I moved to Jacksonville, he didn't tell me nothing about the food. He just said just move to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's cool. But I didn't know the food here was amazing. So I want to go ahead. I gotta rank these things real quick. Rank these things real quick. So Coming in at number five. Number five, I am going to go with famous sandwiches over there on the. Can y'all hear me still? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with famous sandwiches over there on Crescent Road, over there on the west side, Crescent Road. Famous
Okay.
sandwiches had the best, the best chili cheese dogs I've ever tasted. You know, by itself or whatever. I am a big fan. Coming in at number four, we're gonna go with Highway 55. Highway 55 is another little joint over there on Commonwealth, and I can tell you right now,
Yeah. Bro, I ain't tried that joint yet. It's by my mom's
it,
spot. Yeah,
yeah, that joint is good. It is delectable. And then coming in at number three, I have to go with the King Pita. King Pita definitely had my brain in a twist with the burger that they had, man. Two patties, man, and it tastes like kosher beef, but like it's
Mhm.
really good. It's really good. Number two, man. Number two, I want to go with. Number two, I'm gonna go with. It's called Chow. It's called. I think it's Chow Time or not Chow Time, but
No, bro, that's our
Country
buffet
Chow.
mentality, bro. Country. Where is that joint?
That's on Atlantic Drive. That's on Atlantic.
Bro, you naming all Southside places, bro. I ain't never been
I
because
know, bro. These last couple are going to be Southside, and number one has to be Barn Burger. I'm not gonna lie, the ingredients were fresh. I'm talking about the pickles were fresh. I'm talking about the lettuce was fresh. Also, that doggone onion, ooh, fresh, and the burger was juicy.
all right.
So,
So, well, first things first, you gotta hit Dream It. Gotta hit Dream It. Ice cream shop is always fire. Gotta hit Dream It.
see, I
That's
didn't even
one.
know we had ice cream. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So two, you gotta hit up Crispies. Crispies is a bar, like right restaurant area over there on Main Street. It's pretty good, bro. We got get the cheesecake,
Get
fire.
the cheap food. All right.
Yeah, my wife know what I'm talking about. Get the cheesecake, fire.
Shout out
You
to
get it
Bell.
like with a little, get like a little fruit on top, have your little drink, a little cocktail or whatever you want,
Mhm.
bro. Yeah, it's pretty solid. The pizza, amazing. Um, shoot, dang, I'm trying
Yeah,
to think.
I haven't found a fire pizza joint here yet. I'm looking for
Uh,
one.
oh yeah, Copeland's all you can eat brunch. Yeah, keep the food places coming, babe.
Copeland's. Where's
Yeah,
Copeland's at?
over on Southside Boulevard.
Oh, I had Copeland's.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
don't like
fire,
their pasta. I don't like their seafood pasta.
bro. No, you got to go for brunch. And they say I went on Saturday, but they
Uh,
apparently Copeland's is even better on Sunday brunch. So like after church or something. But make sure you get, bro.
so
Make
what
sure
you're
you go
saying
to the early
is,
service and get there early.
we're going to take our ladies. Shout out to
No,
Ruthie.
why you in my pocket, bro?
Take our ladies, and we're going to go ahead and
Oh yeah. So Mr. Snapper
Mr.
for the chicken
Snappers, huh?
wings. Yeah, it got the little
Ooh,
the crack powder on the wings, bro. That's fire.
the crack powder.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to think, bro. We went to shoot, went to Bar Taco last week. That was pretty cool. If you want like vibes, like like some
If you
um
want vibes, you gotta go
yeah,
to
like
this.
rooftop.
There's like a crab shack that's over here by the movie theater. You want vibes? Oh, bro,
Okay, so
if you want vibes.
Chop House 13. I went there for my birthday. Great steak.
Yo,
Staff
I
was
heard about
great.
that place in the fire.
Fire, fire,
Oh, bro, bro.
fire,
Yeah.
fire. It was another joint, River Post. That's near that's Riverside area. Fire.
Mm-hmm.
They got good
Fire.
brunch. Fire. It's another one I'm thinking about. River and Fort. That's in St. Augustine. They got rooftop vibes too. You can eat up there. You got a bar area. You got inside. Nice views. Just go when it's windy. Fire. Um, Yeah, bro. I gotta go. You know, my wife knows all these places, bro. She just be, hey, let's go here.
Oh
All right,
shoot, sis, she on the pro. Boy, I'm looking
yeah,
Chop
bro.
House. We talking about Mr. Snappers, man. There's so many places. There are
She's
so
a
many places here.
she's an honorary, Duvalian or however you say it. One
Is
the
she a
first
foodie?
lady of Duval at this point. Hey,
Is she a foodie?
yeah, bro. She eat, bro. She may be skinny and slim. Uh, but she can eat. River and Fort is better than River and Post. I agree. I agree. All right, the food was District. I heard, yeah, District is pretty good or whatnot. You can get you a nice little cocktail, get you some food or whatnot. The vibes are, you got live music out there too, bro. That's over.
All right.
It look a little sketchy. The District look a little sketchy. It's in the hood. It's in the hood. You'll
So
pass
this is
it.
what we're going to do. All right. So to everybody that's listening right now, man, like I said, this is Connie West Side,
You
the
give it out
best
to
side
people free
for a
promo too.
teaspoon
Y'all
of
need to cut
wisdom.
the check.
Hey, this Connie West Side is teaspoon of wisdom, man. I'm here with the boy Teaspoon. Man, I want y'all to tell me food places that we need to go to. Therefore, once you tell us when we go to the food places, I want to go ahead and start ranking them for real. We might, what I'm saying, we're gonna pivot some stuff because we want to make sure we're entertaining y'all. So man, just let me know, what we should try. I might, we might have to put a teaspoon, might have to call it spoon ingredients. Ingredients is spoons. Call it
Hey, no
utensils at the
RH,
wild boy.
RH, RH cookies, fire.
For
Chocolate
who?
chip, chocolate chip, and they got a little bit of salt on the top or whatnot.
Mhm.
Bruh, do not knock it until you try it. Fire, amazing.
Man, the,
I ain't
the
lying.
big backing. We're
Yeah,
gonna be backing. I promise you, we're gonna be backing.
very much
Man.
so.
Hey, Spoon, what you got, man? What you got before we go?
Uh, NFL drafts coming up. Um,
Y'all gonna get Travis Hunter.
Resurrection Day is on Sunday. I expect to hear a great sermon from my pastor,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Hendricks. Everybody's welcome. 2424 Orchard Street, Word of Black Community Church. We welcome everybody. I always want to um, shout that out because I think at this time we need more. Want to save as many souls as possible. So I think I
Mm-hmm.
think that's first and foremost. Trying to think what else I got going on. Uh, WrestleMania this weekend. My son
Shout
wants to
out
be
WrestleMania.
my son wants to be Jay Uso and jump off the top rope and think he's gonna say eat all the time and wear his championship belt. But I have to show him that the bad guy is gonna win. Gunter.
They in New Orleans this year, right?
And that's next year. I'm going to that joint, bro. I'm going to
That's next
that.
year.
I
Oh,
got
hey, bro.
yeah.
Teaspoon of Wisdom. We are official, guys. We are official LSC. So therefore, you might see us on sidelines because we're an official media group now.
Hey, might as well. Yeah, you
Hey,
can't,
bro.
you can't, don't knock it till you try it.
You know, not until
Um,
you try it.
yeah, so I will be grilling out all weekend, doing absolutely nothing and doing dad stuff. So yeah, it sounds like a very, very productive weekend. And I've put my first mulch job down.
I saw.
So
I'm so proud of you.
it went amazing with my wife, Melissa,
I'm so proud.
and with
I'm
my
so proud.
son. Yeah, it was great, bro. Like,
Got your
uh,
finger in the dirt, huh?
yeah, man. Bro, I don't mind getting dirty. Yeah, we got to dispel this light skin stuff, bro. I,
Oh,
I
you
get
know I
dirty,
was
bro. I
gonna
gotta
go
get in
there.
the
Oh,
trench,
you know I was gonna go there. You little
bro.
yellow
Yeah,
bone boy.
yeah.
You
See,
little
yeah,
yellow fella.
you better go there with all the light skin, Joe. If that's the
Boy,
case, we gonna fight.
Chris Brown, Trey Songz looking mind, boy.
Boy, hey, what, boy, like boy.
Hey
Nah, man.
man.
Yeah, that's
So this weekend coming up. So we got Bible study on Friday night. So I'm
okay.
going to be celebrating Good Friday that way. And then Saturday and Sunday I'll be in Orlando, and I'll be at I'll be at my girl's church with my daughter, so we're gonna be out there chilling. And me and my girl actually, guess what we're going to go see?
What's that?
Sinner.
Oh, that's the vampire joint with Michael B. Jordan in it,
Dog.
right?
Hey, bro, I saw like the trailer.
Fire.
I thought it was gonna be lame, and then I saw how like real it was. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go see this, guys. So
I might wait for that and want to hit the streaming.
see, here's the thing. I don't want to watch it streaming because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to watch it at night by myself.
That's the
You know what
best
I mean?
time, bro. What you
I don't
mean?
want to, dog. I need to watch it in the theater when I know I can leave it at the theater. Cause I don't want to watch it in my house. Cause like if I watch it in my house, I feel like, oh, I brought the demon to the house with me. I gotta watch it in theater. So yeah. What's this talking about? What's this talking about?
Yeah, I'm not a horror movie guy. I'm not a. I don't know. I'm not. It's all right.
You see?
I've never grew up watching that stuff. You for the
Yeah.
pay me to get scared.
So
Well, I ain't for to pay you to get scared. No. Heck no. But yeah,
man,
bro.
see, you got that. Now you gotta take your wife out, man. See, I got you. Sis. Don't worry. I'm gonna make sure you go out. Take you out.
Yesterday's price is not today's price on these movies.
I don't want to
They
hear that. I don't want to 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 hear that. We got enough. You make twice as much as I do, nigga, and I got enough, so I don't want to hear that mess.
I'm broke, baby. I'm broke.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I had to get house, all this stuff. I am broke. I am bouncing back. Broke.
Bro, that man gonna go to work for 2 weeks and get a nice little check, and that check gonna come back, and that thing gonna look good. You know what I mean?
Boy, what you doing, boy?
Man, hey, look, man. Like I said, y'all. This, we always have good fun times here on Teaspoon of Wisdom. Make sure you check it out on the back end. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. We're going to try to be more active on IG now. We might do some live events and just talk. When we're not on here per se. If we're feeling like, hey, there's something we want to talk about on live, you can interact with us there. We can go ahead and bring you on. We may host some panels on the Instagram. I think that's what we should do. But I think we're going to host some panels on the Instagram. Then we got a lot more stuff coming up, man. Like I said, food tours coming up, man. And from the food tour, man, I might got some plotting with, some music and some sports, man. So just stay tuned, man. We have a lot going on, man. My name is Connie Westside, the best side.
It's your boy Teaspoon.
And we are out of here. Someone call 911 because I'm hot. No, I'm good. Don't call 911. Oh my God.
Please don't.
All right.